it created a new one.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Fuck, how was that supposed to work?
Oh, here, maybe.
Was there like a clickable option that we could have clicked?
Oh, it wants you to be using the...
Desktop?
Yeah, but I think I can switch it. Oh, maybe I can't.
Oh. So that only works if we're using OBS or something like that.
I think you just have to have it set correctly when you schedule it. And I wasn't sure if we were going to use the software or your phone at that point when I scheduled it.
Yeah, like we'll use the software in the podcast studio sometime this week, and then we can set up the signing sometime. Like maybe, I don't know, like...
I have some things that I want to try.
Yeah, because you talked about Amiibo. And
you should be able to use your phone in the same way. I just have to set that thing up first.
Exciting. Hey everyone, sorry, I'm like having mid-conversation with Baze. When you get a... Gretchen, actually, could you turn the light just like a little bit more towards me?
We can also kill the...
Yeah, try killing the front. Yeah, that actually does work. That actually, that was a good... Thank God, I hated that. Why do we have that on? Hey everyone, how you doing? I was the one who turned it on. I want to be very clear. Hi everyone, how you doing? I hope that all you had a really good weekend. I don't know what I did. I think oh yeah, I started my car yesterday. That was fun. Yeah, my car, I was doing work here and my car did not start. And I tried and I tried and I tried and I could not get the fucking thing started. So ZZ had to come and they just like mean mugged me the entire time I was doing it. Like,
Yeah.
you could have been fixing this battery for months and you are not, and now here you are. For those who don't know, my car battery, why would you guys know this? My car battery has been, I mean, it has been on its last legs for like 4 months, and I'm like, no man, we're gonna get this battery through this winter.
She's just been driving around with a starter in her car, like, just in case. Like
I jump start it like every week. And the thing is, sometimes when Zizi's just home chilling, I'll take their car, and I'll jump start my car with it just to get a little bit extra pump, you know, so it'll get me through the rest of the week. And I told Zizi that's what I was doing, and Z was just like, "You've been doing what now?" And I'm like, "Well, you know, you've just been at home doing your thing, so sometimes I'll go out into the garage and I'll just like give the battery an extra charge for the week so I can get through it." And Z's like, "Are you kidding me? You have a new battery you can switch out." Yeah, but that's going to require more work. I might actually have to remove a headlight to get that old battery out.
Well, that sounds exciting.
Yeah. Hey everyone, how you doing? I really love that there's just like Trumpers that come in here. That's so cute. That's so cute. Trumpers just coming in here to make sure that I know what they think about me. Trust me, there's very few thoughts that you have to begin with. I know what you think about me.
Gretchen, we gotta train you up to be a mod.
Not a drag queen. I'm a woman, but that's okay. Boom. Can you shout out my friend Nora and me? My name is Trinity. There you go. Shout out to Nora and Trinity. Thank you so much for being here. Well, we're getting a lot of very, very smart people. A lot of smart people in the chat. Hey everyone, just to let you know, if you are, wow, today's a day. If you would like, yeah, I was gonna say I need you to help me out, Maze. Boom, 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 boom. Hey everyone, so if you are new here, I don't really care. If you are a fan of mine, I want you to know that I am doing book signings. So if you want my book, you can absolutely get my book through the website, and then we'll do a live signing here. So you can you can have me actually sign your book here online. Are you coming to Miami for a book signing? Not currently. But maybe we'll think about it when we do the second book that's coming out next year in the spring of 2026. Hi, I'm a mom of an 18-year-old baby. Just told me she's trans woman, and I'm feminine lesbian with a huge passion for doing handiwork. So I found your page a while ago, and now you help me better. Oh, thank you. Thank you for telling me that. Um,
Better understand and connect with my baby.
oh, that's one. Oh, that was the rest of the message. Thank you so much for telling me that. Boom, 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 boom. What a fun time. Basil, thank you.
Uh-huh.
It's like whack-a-mole. That's all it is. I was here for the ones with the donations last year, yeah, but I haven't gotten to watch one since. Oh, well, good to have you here. We're going to be doing these every Monday around the same time every Monday, and I'll be signing books and etc. right here. So if you want to get an autographed book, you can. Holy shit, this is a lot of books, Baze.
Yeah, we didn't count them out. We just kind of put them up because I knew there was a lot. I think
Boom, boom.
there should be something like 40 books.
Wow. Wow. We have 40 books already to sign?
Yeah.
That's a cool time. Thank you everyone for jumping in and saying hi. We're still trying to figure out how to do the YouTube lives. It's a little bit different and a little bit more messy than say it was when we used to do it on TikTok. Boom, 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 boom. I can't wait to get my book. Excited to get it. Just got the shipment notification and super very stoked. That's awesome. I'm excited for you. And I'll just be signing books and trying to read your comments at the same time. So everyone just give me patience as I'm reading. Hi girl. I'm Noor. And my friend Salim. We are both girls from Los Angeles, 11 years old. You're so cool. Can we have a shout out? Well, there you go. Shout out to Noor and Salim. Thank you so much for being here. I am 37 for those who are asking. I've never caught you on TikTok, so we're glad to be able to catch you here though. Good. Thank you so much for being here. If you have any DIY questions or anything along those lines, you can also ask me those. I will be answering them, and I'll be on here for like 90 minutes, so you can hang out with me and do all that stuff. My book is called Safe and Sound, A Renter's Friendly Guide to Home Repair. This is the book, and there's about 78 to 80 how-to guides in there because I've been in the industry for almost 20 years now. What is that? Okay. I got your book this weekend, but I want you to sign it. But should I buy another one? Well, there's just two ways that you can go about that. A, you can go through a book signing, like go to not a book signing. You go to the website and get a signed, autographed book plate. We sell those for $5, and we can send that to you. And they're shipping wise, that's much cheaper too. But if you want me to sign your book, the best way is probably to buy another book. It might be if you send it back to us and then we sign it and send it back to you, and maybe they're on the same price that a new book would be because of shipping and all that. So That would be my hot take on it, but you do what is best for you. I'm so happy to catch you live. Loved getting my signed copy of your book a few months ago. Thank you so much for sharing that. Eyeshadow on point. Thank you. I did that in 20 minutes. Definitely did not just throw together this look today. Definitely woke up with intent. No, I don't wake up with intent. I wake up with a cat on my shoulder and a snoring spouse. That's what I wake up to. So hard to leave the bed when there's a kitty on your chest, you know? It's really the law that you're supposed to spend 10 more minutes in bed than you're supposed to because of your cats. Hi there, dear. I know there's lots of other comments here and you're very busy, so I'll... I love that it cuts you off right before you're able to say what you want to say. I need those earrings. Thank you, my Winnie the Pooh earrings. They match my Winnie the Pooh tattoo. Cat on your shoulder and snoring spouse sounds like a perfect life. It is until until my spouse is gonna kill me. Until your spouse wakes you up because they farted. That's pretty good. Or when your spouse wakes themselves up because they farted and then they blame it on you. That's a good one. Shout out to Megan. Thank you so much for being here. Trying my best to catch everything, but I'm sure I'm missing comments. I'm also a fairly slow reader. I'm dyslexic, so it can take me a few seconds to like really see what I'm reading sometimes. Right now, I am just signing copies of my book. If you want me to sign copies of the book live here for you, you can go to my website and buy a copy of my book, and I will sign it for you live here for you today. I'll be on the live for the next hour or so. And I have about 40 books to sign, so I'll be here for a hot minute doing all this. Can you see my nails? I got some growth on my nails now, but that's my nails. That's my nails. A little shimmery. I usually do like a space themed thing with my nails. I love your laugh. Well, thank you, London. They're so pretty. Well, thank you. Okay, we're signing a book for Borky. That's a good name. Borky. Are there two? Oh, and a book plate. Okay. Those are cool nails. Well, thank you. Your hair is so pretty. Well, your hair is so dreamy. Well, thank you. I just got another book. Yay! Cool. We will sign that book for you in 1 second. You are so quiet. Hold on. I just realized that I'm not actually in. My headphones are not actually in this phone. Give me 1 second. Give me a second. Am I quiet, everybody? Or no? Okay, it may just be on that person then. But I'm switching it to my headphones. Yeah. Okay, is there a volume change now or no? Ba 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 da 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 da. Oh, Mark was just being a jerk. That's good. All right, well, at least you admitted it, Mark. You're good on my end. Well, thank you. Thank you, Mark. No, nothing changed, but it's perfect. Okay, good. Well, this way, if I walk away, you'll still be able to hear me. Also, love the pink lipstick. You are such a style inspo. No. When it comes, like, I have like a really small like window of like things I can do when it comes to style. But if it wasn't for Basil, I would just wear overalls and flannel almost every day. Basil, Basil, like helped me break out of my shell the last year or so. such a beautiful woman. Well, thank you. Did I ruin it by going, woohoo? If you have any questions for me about the book, any questions about life, any questions about DIY, feel free to ask me. I will be here answering questions when Basil is able to come over here. And when Basil is able to come over here, we'll be able to, what was the word I was looking for? Be able to sign those books that you guys are buying on my website right now. Love that you are so confident and comfortable. Just let it be. Yeah. I a lot of times I just like to. I made a video last night that I might be posting today on the TikTok and maybe YouTube. I don't know. All about like. Sometimes people will say like to me and trans people in general, they'll say, "Oh, you're inspiration," and I always, I thank you for sharing that with me. But I also think that for me, it's not really about like being an inspiration. It's just like the things that you perceive maybe as inspiration are actually like just me surviving and trying my best to navigate a world that doesn't always see people like me in the brightest light. You know what I mean? So I think that's a part of it where I think that folks sometimes perceive those things that to me aren't really inspiration as much as they just like, that's just me living my life, you know? You are so amazing and inspiring. I love that's so funny. I love how positive you are when it comes to home repair. I'm so empowered to repair my own home because of your videos. I love you so much. Well, thank you. Mercury, is it true that asbestos can be in older popcorn ceilings? Yes. So, I mean, most of the time it is. So popcorn ceilings were really popular from like the 1930s to like the early 1990s. They really went out of favor, but they used to really be called acoustic ceilings too. There was this theory that popcorn ceilings could help like reduce sound, especially like you see them a lot in apartments because people thought that if you added in the acoustic ceilings that you would be able to like reduce the sound being like, you know, flooding into someone else's home. It doesn't really, I mean, the decibels difference are just like tiny. I think I read a study saying that it's like 1.5 difference in decibels. There's others that say there is no conclusive evidence that it actually does those things. So I don't really know how functional a popcorn ceiling really truly is. But as far as asbestos in them, yeah, it's like actually, I hate to tell you, but a lot of things, almost everything in your house prior to the 1960s was asbestos. It had asbestos woven into it. They still use asbestos, by the way. A lot of people think that we just don't use it anymore. No, we do. We do. It's in.
What is it they used to call it? The miracle mineral?
Yep, the miracle mineral. You got it right. Yep. The miracle mineral, because it was like the only mineral that was like fire resistant that they could put into tile, that they could put into walls, that they could put into everything. Like if you wanted to prevent a fire, that was like the best way to do it back before, you know, we had other things here in the modern era. I just saw you on Instagram. You're amazing. Greetings from Argentina. Well, thank you for being here.
Oh, somebody bought 3 books.
Oh, someone bought 3 books on this live?
Literally right before.
Oh, we'll count it. Boo, 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 boo. Yum, asbestos. Yeah, asbestos is so great. I had asbestos removed from my basement in the summer last year. And I can go over that. I should make a video on all that too in a little bit. We'll go over how that works and how they do things. It's very fascinating. Hi, Mercury. I'm thankful for your vids. I have a house from the 40s and you inspired me not just to call my dad over every time something goes wrong. I call for support, but I do it myself now. That's wonderful. I'm trying my best to. Ooh, I'm way behind. So if I buy a book now, it's signed. I've been meaning to get one. Yeah, if you sign a book if you get a book on my website, it's always going to be signed. But if you get a book through my website right now, I'm going to sign it in front of you. That's what we're going to be doing. But we're going to give it a few minutes to collect it. So if you haven't done that yet, but you want me to do that, you have a few minutes before we get to that point. I'm just going to sign some books that we got sold over the weekend still. I really like seeing that I came into like 40 books being sold. That's good. We've been pretty consistent the last several weeks. I love seeing it. Wonderful. There was a book plate that I was supposed to sign for one of these, but I couldn't find the book plate. Oh, it was just in the back. I'm going to hide that, dude.
I have to move things around a little bit.
Give me 1 second, everybody. Oh, you're good. The way that you move things around actually makes probably more sense.
I have some cool ideas of ways that we can set this up. I was watching over the weekend a bunch of DJs on Twitch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got some neat ideas.
Okay, everyone, just come here and say hi to Basil. For those who don't know who Basil is.
Hello.
Basil's basically my I don't know, but I say VP, but I think VP can confuse people a lot. I also say COO a lot now. That's a good one. I will say this: Basil is the other reason why there is videos that ever happen online.
I'm
Like,
vibing with digital architect.
ooh, digital architect. Oh, that one's good.
Yeah.
That one's good. That one's really good. Because if you're a fan online, you can be like, ooh, but it's not like, for some reason that's less confusing than VP.
Right.
Doesn't it? Right? Like, I don't know.
I feel
Yeah.
like it's a little bit more descriptive of what I do.
Digital architect is pretty good.
Yeah.
I really like it. Tell me, what do you guys think? We should make a poll of like what your title should be. That's why I got your book, so I don't bug my 82-year-old dad, who is a contractor. Oh, way to go. I hope your dad is retired. I do know contractors that are fairly old still working. But hey, send my love to your dad. The industry is not always kind to us, so the fact that you had a dad who's been in it for so long is pretty awesome. No, he works every day.
Wow.
We live in a hellscape. What kind of... Does your dad do a specialty trade, or is your dad like a general contractor? Wow. Every day? Shut the fuck up, dude. I hate our country. Is this our country? I shouldn't assume. But I just hate the world, to put it that way sometimes. I love your shorts. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Electrical, water, and sewer. No, that's terrible. Electrical, electrical, maybe that's a little bit easier on the body, maybe. But sewer, fuck, man. At 82, send my love to your dad. Your dad deserves like the best holiday presents. I'm not gonna like. I hope your dad gets massages on the regular. Oh my god, absolutely wild. I don't. To be honest. When I was active in the trades, I don't think I met anyone who ever got massages.
No.
It's self-care was such a weird thing. Like, I remember when I told someone I went to therapy and they were like, "You okay?" And I was like, I mean, I go to therapy weekly. I don't know, dude. I'm fine, man.
Probably better than you.
I think it's funny because like the same people who say that always talk about preventative maintenance. But like, preventative maintenance should also be applied to healthcare.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, well, you and I know this. I feel like when I talk to Basil about this, who worked in healthcare, I'm just echo chamber. Oh my God, the eyeshadow is giving mermaid. I am told that about so many of my looks. Echo, who's one of my best friends, Echo the Mermaid. If you don't know them, you should follow them. They're wonderful. My pronouns are she, they. Thank you for asking. But Echo will sometimes text me once they see a video of mine and be like, "Girl, you fucking mermaiding hard today." I'm sorry for making it political, but I just need to know you're aware that Republicans love you too. It's big deal to me. You were so funny and helpful. I'm always gonna, I have a very strong reaction to that, right? But I'm gonna make space for that, because the fact that you're telling me that and you feel open enough to tell me that is a good sign. Um, I don't think I have to tell you why. I think that right now we are living in a time period where I really think that when people vote against, um, the vote in a way that is going to directly harm trans people more. I mean, both. Let me be very clear. There is no party in America that is going to support trans people fully, but there is one that does it way more than the other. And I have a hard time not bringing it up every single time someone tells me that, um, that they're a Republican, but they love me. But I'm also going to say this. I'm happy that you're here. The more exposure that you get to the queer community, the better. And I think that can help people. If I want to change your mind, if I want you to understand why it bothers me, or I want you to see why I think it has effects, this is how we do it. You just being comfortable enough to talk to me and me living my life. So, hey, I appreciate you telling me I am upset. I feel like a mom that just found out her kid broke something in the kitchen. No, it's okay. We all make mistakes. Your dad, when he gets home. I just purchased a copy of the book for my daughter Hazel for her 18th birthday. Oh my God, we're gonna sign that book for Hazel in just 1 second. Will you please do a video on safety online for trans community? I could. I don't know if I'm more qualified for that. But I can. We can talk about it. We'll talk about it. I always go back and forth about like what I should be talking about. And it's finding that fine line. Because sometimes I think that like we can OSHA 101. Yeah. OSHA for the trans community 101. I think that like as a content creator, I have a much wider, megaphone than other folks do, right? But my megaphone isn't like in every area. Like I'm gonna reach a significantly less people if I start. I don't like saying this, but diluting. When you start diluting your content and you start making it too much about one thing when it was about another thing, every time that you post about that other thing, it actually like hurts you more and more and more. Your reach starts diminishing more and more and more. So knowing when to speak on something is really important. Otherwise, that reach that you do have that can make a difference can sometimes, decrease after each one. So making sure that when I say something, it really fucking hits really matters. But I will say this: I lend my voice often. Like I will share posts a lot. I will put things on my stories a lot. I will make appearances a lot. There's other ways to go about it too, but it's always like, I've talked about making another platform for that, but I don't know how much I can, juggle two platforms when it's just me and Bagel, How's your day, Mercury? Going really good. I'm just signing books. I think Basil's printing off some right now. I'm going to start signing books for those people who bought books during a live in just 1 second. Thank you so much for being patient with me, everybody. I appreciate you. The makeup is amazing. Well, thank you, Felix. We all have our purpose, and yours is absolutely construction. Yeah, I mean, I think it can be multiple things, right? I think it can be construction, but I also think it can be. I think that a lot of times what you'll see is that I'll be doing a video about drywall, but I'm not just talking about drywall. Like the video I posted yesterday, right? Or sometimes I will be talking about a subject, but the way that I'm talking about it is really from an intersectional lens. Those things often, those things will often be ways that I like use my voice in a political way that isn't always right in front of you. But it's always this back and forth thing where I struggle a lot by being, as someone just said that they are a Republican and they follow me. I struggle a lot sometimes because I feel like there is a thing that does happen for my followers sometimes where I do think I sometimes get tokenized. Like, I will read this on a regular. I will often see people say, "You're the only kind of good trans." That's a really hurtful one. Sometimes I will see people say, finally a useful trans. That's one's, and I also hate when people just say trans. It makes like trans makes me feel like very not great. But then sometimes people will say stuff like, I wish more trans people were like you. I don't like that one either. I think that like I tolerate it because I know my proximity to making that difference is that like I know I'm a gateway queer is what I tell people a lot. Like I know that you're following me because of one reason, and the fact that I'm exposing you to transness at all and showing you a different perspective in life is a good thing. But I also hope that you can go into the world and learn more from other people because there are so many amazing people. Yeah, it's respectability politics. Yeah, that's what I feel. But I'm reserving kindness for that because I think that I'm a firm believer as someone who was like very much leaning towards the alt-right, like 12 years ago. I will very much tell you that that it really takes people's kindness and willingness to have you listen to them, even though you disagree, to makes the difference. Like I was exposed to different ideology and exposed to other people's perspectives, and that helped me like find myself. So I always think of it in those ways that like it's hard for me to like completely write someone off when I would have written my own self off. Like if my 12 years ago version of me was here right now, and if I felt that way, I would be writing that person off, and that doesn't feel right. So anyways, I joined the live late. How do I buy your book? You can buy my book by going through my website, which is the link in my bio here, and we'll make sure we do that. Now I'm going to switch gears and I'm going to start signing those books people bought on the live. I haven't gotten to too many, Basil, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
We're going to start signing books for the first one up. Actually, this one doesn't have any name on it. But the person wanted 3 books, and their name was Jennifer. So thank you for buying 3 books. We're going to do those real quick.
I gotta build a box for that.
Woo! Yeah, we got to build a box for the 3. That's wonderful.
Yeah, that was another reason I'm switching over to the envelopes, because it'll be faster for me to pack, too.
Yeah. Yeah, Base does all the shipping themselves, by the way. So if you ever get like extra stickers or you get fun packaging, Basil did all that work. So everyone who got books, say thank you, Basil. How much are they? They're $35 plus shipping. If you want, now I'm always going to tell you this because I want you to have other options as well. If you want to buy a book that's cheaper, like and you don't care if it's signed or not, Amazon does have a cheaper option on like $8 or $19. Kind of hate that. But you can then also go to bookshop.org, and bookshop.org will sell them for about $25 for your local bookstore. So that local bookstore will get more of that, money, which is wonderful, and we want that more than we want to give money to Amazon. But anywhere you want to buy a book is okay. It's all the percent. I get the same amount of percentage in the royalty. Okay, so if it's all about like I want to make sure you get the most money, I get the same amount. If you want to give me extra money though, that's when you go to my website because I'll get money for the autograph as well. Does that all make sense?
Did you see that bookshop.org can now sell ebooks, and those can benefit local bookstores?
They can sell ebooks now?
Yeah, I think they announced that like last month or something.
That's pretty cool. Okay, cool. So, Jennifer, I want to say thank you. We got 3 books signed for you, Jennifer. Now the next one up, we're going to put those there for now. The next one up is for Melissa. Melissa, I'm signing this for you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for buying books, Melissa. I hope that you're doing good. Where's Melissa? In Pennsylvania. I have a good friend named Alex from Pennsylvania. We love Alex. You guys may know who Alex is. Alex is also known as Pearl Mania 500 for those who know who that is. There you go. So thank you, Melissa. We signed your book.
I'm packing these up today, so they should be arriving in just a few days for everybody.
Just a few days, Basil said. How do I? Is it Arlene? Is that how I say that?
It could be Arlen or it could be Arlene. I'm not sure.
Is it Arlen or Arlene? I think I've seen you in the live a few times. I want to make sure I get it right. And what are your pronouns? Who sent this book to? It's Arlene. I wish there was a bigger community around where I live so I can meet more from your world, honey. Aw. Yeah, that is part of it, like exposure, right? There may not be as like a ton of folks who, are different, around you. But as someone just pointed out, that
Sorry.
no, I love you.
So sorry. I'm trying to go fast.
I'm waiting for you to be done.
I know. This is why we don't usually pack them while we're doing this.
Yeah. And everyone, this is Basil's last day, everyone.
Okay, I'm done.
Arlene, can you? Okay, they're just spelling the same spelling. Can you phonetically tell me Arlene or Arlen? I think it's Arlene. Arlen? Maybe it's Arlene. Is Arlene? Hershey? Okay, we're gonna go with that. Cool. Who's an important model for you finding yourself and your role in the queer community? Ooh. Let me think about that one as I sign this book for Arlene real quick. Thank you so much for buying a book. I'm going to show you in 1 second. Here you go. Here's the book just for you. I signed the book. Yeah, it's going to come to you in about a week. And you are in Florida. Hang in there from Florida. In Florida.
Jeez.
Yeah. Okay, so who was a big inspiration to me? Oh man, there's a bunch of people. Harvey Fierstein. I don't know if younger folks know who Harvey Fierstein is. Do you know who Harvey Fierstein is?
That sounds kind of familiar.
Harvey Fierstein was a Broadway writer and actor, and also was like one of the gay brothers in Mrs. Doubtfire, who does all the makeup and the hair. That's one of them is Harvey Fierstein. The original Tracy Turnblad's mother in Hairspray. He played the original version of her on Broadway. It is Arlene. I got it right. Thank you. Is it Firestein? Oh, I'm so sorry. It's Firestein. I knew I've been saying the name wrong more than likely. But I am very big fan of Harvey. I read all of the plays that he wrote. He used to have like a weekly PBS thing about the queer community when I was in high school, and I was obsessed with that. I got made fun of for it in high school by another person who I actually think follows me now, which is hilarious. It's the ultimate revenge to be the most famous person who's ever come to my high school when I was like ridiculed in high school. And yeah. Boom, 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 boom. For those who don't know, I've been sober for 8 years now. And I do have a speech impediment, so if I ever slur, that's why. So don't be a jackass. Okay. So we're gonna sign another book right here for Hazel. Oh, love always from Mom. Aww, I love it. So this is a book for Hazel. Thank you so much, Amber, for buying this book. Wish Hazel a happy 18th birthday for me. Yeah, Harvey Firestein will be up there. I'm trying to think of who else. You guys don't know who she is probably, but she is my trans mom. I call her a lot. Her name is Cass Marie Domino. Cass Marie Domino is one of my heroes. She was like one of the very first trans women I ever sat down and met with, like years ago when I came out. She was the very first trans woman who ever reached out to me and had coffee with me and walked me through things, and told me stories of her and how she came out like 25 years ago. So she told me stories about what she went through, and it was just, she's been nothing but an inspiration to me for most of my like adult trans life. And I think Casper Domino is right up there. She was Entertainer of the Year here in Wisconsin. She was actually National Entertainer of the Year in 2019. And she's just this amazing, like, bright light in the world, that I don't know what I would do without her. So, yeah, Casper Domino is up there. You should totally do a book signing in person. I would love to see that fantastic makeup live. I've done the largest book tour in North America in 2023. I may have done the largest book tour in North America in like 20 years in 2023. Oh yeah, that does look really cute. I went to 54 cities in like 4 months.
Would not recommend.
Do not recommend. Do not recommend. Not a fan. Not a fan. Basil and I did that together with our friend Danny. But even Danny did not go on as many as Basil and I. Basil and I were on our own for a week. And that 1 week, I don't know what time is anymore. We were back and forth in time zones. I don't remember how that all worked, but I remember like we were in Central Time, and then we were in Eastern Time, and then Central Time, and then Eastern Time, and then Mountain Time, and then Pacific Time, and then Eastern Time. Like it was like every day we were in a different time zone.
Yeah, especially that first week.
That first week, that first week is really what I'm talking about. That first week was like probably the hardest thing. I think we went to, was it 8 signings in 7 days, or was it 6 signings?
I think it was 6 signings in 7 days or something like that.
Was it?
Because I think we had 2 days where we were in San Francisco, and when we finally got to San Francisco, we like died.
That's right, but it was 2 days where we got there towards the end of the day, and then we had a book signing the next day, and then we left the next day after that. Like it was
like 5 in the morning.
Yeah, because it was 2 nights, but it was not 48 hours.
No.
Yeah, it was like 36 hours or something, and that was like a break to me and Basil. Okay, we got another book I got to sign here for Ox. That's how I say that, right? A-U-X.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ox. Thank you, Ox. I'm excited for you to sign the book for you. You can get books right now by going to the link in my bio or going to my website, Mercury Stardust Media, and I will sign the book for you live on this live right now. Big thank you to everyone who's already done that. Ox. Thank you to Melissa. Thank you to Arlene. Thank you to Amber to buy a book for their daughter Hazel. Wonderful. Oh, did I show you? Actually, hold on. Is this one Ox?
Yes.
Okay. Good. There you go, Ox. I'm trying my best to remember to show you guys. I hope I showed everyone. I don't know if I did, now that I'm thinking about it.
I think you did most of
What book is it? The book is called Safe and Sound: A Renter's Friendly Guide to Home Repair. It's a #1 New York Times best-selling book. It is 78 how-tos and like basically advice for how to deal with landlords, how to deal with various things, renter-friendly home repairs. And you can learn more by going to my website, mercurystardust.com. And book #2 is coming out next year in the spring, for those who are interested in that. I got a book for Heather, who is in Indiana. And I think Heather bought this over the weekend. Yep, Heather did. I do love doing these live book signings. These are fun.
Yeah, this is nice.
This is nice because like we're getting our live. We need to do more of these lives, and this is Fox, right? I'm gonna.
You're doing great.
Perfect. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, no, I really like doing these lives. They're like really fun, and they're super like. I really like that I get to talk to you guys. But then we're selling extra books, so we can justify our pay for the day. You know, anything that can be justifying mine and Basil's pay for the day makes me happy. I don't even know what that would be if we like boil it down. We boil it down to rent and our pay in one single day. I do not know what that would be. It would be fun to try to make that on lives.
Yeah, we can do the math after this and figure that out.
Yeah, like how much we would need to make in a live in order to justify our pay for that day. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. That's our goal every week.
Yeah, that's our goal for a week, and then we can always expand and do more of these lives if we were like, hey, that actually is really beneficial. But like last week, we like made $400 or $500 during a live, and I mean, even like we sold 40 books prior to today, and another like 7 already, and that's pretty good, you know. The average books do not do this well. You know what I mean? Show Hazel? Did I not show Hazel? I think we just wrapped Hazel's.
Yeah, Hazel's is about.
We just wrapped. Did I not show Hazel's? Oh no, Mom. We have it though. It's right here. It looks really cute. I'm sorry, Amber. I'm sorry. Damn it. Guys, remind me. As I'm writing, remind me when I get to sign more books for people on here. Basil will check to see if any of you bought books during a live again.
Don't forget the stickers.
We got stickers. We sold quite a few hats and shirts this weekend.
Yeah, I love selling those t-shirts. Oh my god.
Yeah. We're trying to get those t-shirts are still from the tour, and we'll be trying to liquidate those for a hot minute. So it's really nice.
We've only got a few left in each size.
Oh wow, really?
I think the most we have are mediums.
Okay. Fun. I love it. We sold quite a few hats this weekend. I think I saw.
Yeah, at least a couple. That's always nice too. We're getting low on those, so I'll have to find a new producer for those.
Yeah, would DFTBA not do even a small version?
They might be able to, but we might be able to get it done locally too.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know what brand of hat we like to do it on too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Mercury. I'm trans mask person. You make it seem like I have more fun of a future even when I be myself. Thank you for everything, Jason. Oh, well, thank you for that. That's really sweet. Also, we live in a time, don't we? I just started following you, but I love the idea of doing a book signing on YouTube Live. Haven't seen other YouTubers with books do that yet. Oh, that's cool. I'm happy. We're innovative. I'm sure someone else does that though. But yeah, it's a fun time. It's a fun time, and it's a really cool way to like interact with folks. I do a lot of book signings. Even last year we did quite a few book signings still. And the book has almost been out for 2 full years. So I didn't think that's really wonderful. But the thing with book signings in person that is rough is that that's a lot of my energy. And I think a lot of times people want to hug me and stuff too, but I can't hug 250 people. I just can't do it. I've done it.
And that's how you know. You
Yeah,
can't do
yeah.
it.
There was the first book signing we ever had. I think went over by like an hour, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it was not great. I mean, and like the second day, I did something similar, and I think Basil, that's like one of the only real fights we ever got in. Was Basil like basically told me you cannot fucking do that every time. You cannot sit there and have a full conversation with each fucking person. It's not possible. And I was like, oh come on, like, well that's what they're there for. And Basil's like, no, they're there for the book. So yeah, it was a lot, but we did get really good at the book signings. For those who have been to the book signings, we were able to bust out like 290 some people, 280 people in 2 hours.
And I mean, like, it's so cool just knowing that, like, we have changed the way that some book signing events are done across the country because people were taking notes about the way that we did our book signings.
Yeah, we started maximizing everything. So we had someone like telling people before they even got up to us while they're waiting in line, kind of telling people like, here are the guidelines. She's not going to do this. She's not going to do that. Keep it light, kind of thing. That make sure you're mindful of the people behind you, that kind of stuff. And then Basil became like the phone czar. Like they would take people's phones and they would like take pictures for them. And Basil would make sure they get like 7, 8, 9 photos. Like it was great. So they were taking candid photos while we were interacting. And Basil got so good at it. I think that he literally used a different kind of phone. Like he used every single phone that's ever existed. And he got so good at it that like they were changing the settings of the camera on people's phones and shit.
Most people would hand me their phones and like not even have the camera open, so I know how to get to just about everyone's camera.
That's wild. That's wild. Oh, are these ones during the live?
Yeah, the ones I just handed you.
Perfect. Are there no names on some of these? This one?
Nope.
No name? Okay, cool. Wonderful. Yeah, so I forgot where I was in there, but yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. And oh, yeah, we would have a box that would mapped out with spike tape so people knew where they were to stand. Because a lot of times we found that people didn't know where to go. Like people would walk up to me and not know where to be. And I don't want to be having a table divided between us. I want them to be like almost next to me so we can do a nice photo. But then also like it feels more personal. A table between us. Also, I can't really hear my left ear. So when there would be a table between us, it'd be way too hard for me to like lean over and listen to someone. So having them right next to me was a really great way to do it. And yeah, we had like I would have little fidget toys for the kids. That was always really fun. Yeah, it was really, we got really good at those book signings. We had like a light. We would bring a light to every single signing so that people could actually have a good photo with me. I don't know if this is the same person that helped take the photos at the signing near Boston, but ours were great for similar reasons. It was an excellent setup. With great photos and lovely to meet you. That was 100% Basil. I know exactly. All she wrote in Boston, outside of Boston. Yeah, that was 100% Basil.
If you guys do have really good photos from the book signing, I would love if you could email me a copy because I don't have any copies of any of the photos that I've taken.
I think that's wonderful. Yeah, actually, we can, if you guys were okay with that, we can make a collage and something too that we could post online. Basil did such a good job. It'd be nice to have like, that. We would tell people to tag me on Instagram sometimes, but I think the vast majority of folks never did that. But just email Basil at mercurystardust.com.
Super easy.
Ariana, thank you, Ariana, for buying a book. I appreciate you. There you go. Thank you. Ariana, who lives in Wyoming, I think. What is WV? Is that Wyoming?
WV.
Yeah, is that
West
right?
Virginia.
West Virginia. I'm good at my job, everybody.
WY.
There you go.
Wyoming.
You remember when I told someone from Delaware? I didn't know Delaware was real.
Oh God.
Yeah, that was so bad. There was one time. There you go. I signed a book for you. There was one time that we were in. I think it was Philadelphia. Someone from Delaware came all the way from Delaware for me to sign a book, and I literally looked at the person and said I didn't know Delaware was real. And I think they were just like dumbfounded, and
What?
I don't know. Sometimes I just say the stupidest shit. Hey, you try meeting 250 people a day and you tell me you're gonna say smart things. Maria, we're getting a book for Maria. Maria lives in Illinois. Well, hi, neighbor. I hope you're doing good down there. We're in Wisconsin. So thank you, Maria. Here's Maria. There you go. Thank you. I appreciate you. You're going to get your book in about a week. Basil is going to be wrapping it up in a second here. Here?
No, other one.
Other one? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. This is the
That's
pile.
Yeah.
Perfect. I build dollhouses and want to make you a workshop in 1.5 scale. You know, hey, I'll make a proposition to you, Arlene. Okay, I'll make a proposition to you. If you want to make me a dollhouse that is, you know, like easy for me to like move things around, because I'm gonna get to a point in a second. If you want to make a dollhouse that I can easily move things around, like toilets, you know, like show people where the plumbing is. Like I've wanted to have a little miniature house to show people how like various things are made and how their house is structured. But it's really hard to do that, you know, and I haven't had the time. But if you did that and then you send me a note, an invoice, I will pay you for your time if you do that. Okay, and you can email us if you want to do that. If not, it's okay. But it is an option, Arlene, just to throw it out there. If that was something that you were interested in. I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah, that would be really helpful.
Yeah, I've talked about it for a long time. Even showing people where the ventilation is in your home and how that like goes in there. It's just really hard to visually show that. And we could use it for the podcast.
Yeah.
We could use it in videos. It's a lot of stuff, you know. If it was fairly accurate to the average home too, and it was like pretty like simple and easy, that might be the like easy to like lay out. It might be the best thing we could do, you know. A gift. I would make you pay. Let me pay you. Do not make that as a goddamn gift. Your twin is an architect. Well, that's badass. That would be so helpful. That's a big reason I call my dad, because he will explain how and why things. Yeah, it'd be really cool to do a whole video using like a dollhouse. I also think it'd be so cute to like make the dollhouse cute and stuff too, and you know, make it extra gay. But like do a whole video dedicated to how a house functions, why the foundation is a certain way, why the roofs are laid out a certain way, how to know that a wall is load bearing. All of those things can be done if I had a dollhouse, you know. I don't want money, just love. Oh, Arlene, don't make me hit you. Let me give you money, Arlene. Let me at least pay for all the material. Let me at least do that, okay? So give me an invoice for that at least if you do it. But there's no pressure. No. Okay. I feel like we're gonna fight each other. It's kind of like when my mother-in-law fights, like my my like aunt and uncle, they'll like be trying to pay, like who's going to pay for dinner, and my flippin' mother-in-law Laura would like she'll walk up to the waitress and be like, "Do not tell them that I'm paying for this, okay? Here's my credit card." And then at the same time, so will like their brother will like walk up and be like, "Okay, do not tell Laura." Like one time, the waitress laid down the check and laid down the bill, and at the same time, Laura and her brother like went for and like they got mad at each other. Like she was like, no, Bill. It was ridiculous. And
have friends like that.
yeah, and I'm like, okay, well, whoever's paying for this, thank you, because I'm not. Yeah, I love payment wars. It's quite funny to watch. Okay, Heather, thank you, Heather, for buying a book from South Carolina. Thank you, Heather. We liked South Carolina. Was it what was it Salem? Or was that North Carolina?
North
Winston-Salem?
Carolina was Asheville.
Okay, North Carolina was Asheville, and then Winston-Salem was South Carolina, right?
Is that right?
I don't know. Were we in South Carolina? Did we do a signing in there?
I don't remember where it was.
Our audience is going to tell us in a hot second. Arlene's like, I also do that with the whole bill wars. That's funny.
My mom's that kind of person too.
I gotta love people like that, but as someone who's like perpetually never want to pay the bill, thank you, everyone. There you go. Thank you, Heather. I appreciate you, Heather. There's your book. Yeah. That's gonna be coming at you, Heather, in about a week.
Yeah, these envelopes are making this so much faster.
You came here and I missed it. We were in a lot of places. We went to 54 cities, so there's a lot of people. We will catch up with people who bought books online, and we will sign those books in just a little bit. But right now, I'm going to switch gears and start signing the other books that we got here. And just a notice to all the trolls, we have a great moderator named Gretchen, who's literally right there. Who's doing a really good job. So if you want to waste your time, you can. But I think that your time would be best served actually supporting people in your community and uplifting one another instead of calling a trans woman a dude. Like, here's the thing. Like, sometimes people will ask me how I have time to do everything. And my answer should now be, because I don't waste my time harassing strangers online. Like, I don't want to paint brushes, but I can guarantee you anyone who's achieved like a lot of success in their life and fulfillment in their life is not online harassing people. I think if I found out that like someone that like I don't know, like if Ben Franklin was around during the internet time, I don't think Ben Franklin would be giving you shit online. I mean, he would be giving you shit in the newspapers though. He did do that a lot. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you. I bought your renter's book for my boyfriend last Christmas, and he used it to fix our fridge the very same day. Oh, fuck, no way!
Awesome.
What did Sarah? What did your boyfriend do? Like, did he just like clean the back, the system? Like, what did he do?
My fridge is making a unhealthy sound.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid it and just ignore it because, you know, I'm moving out this summer and I don't want to deal with that.
Did you find a home yet?
It sounds
not
like
yet.
a coffee grinder.
Yeah, it
Sounds like a
does.
coffee
it
grinder?
It is not good.
That's being said, did you fix the clog yet?
Not yet.
Okay, so we got to do that this week.
Yeah, I was gonna take an auger from here. I mean, I have like a really big one, but we were gonna bring home a smaller one that Gretchen feels more comfortable trying.
Okay. Is there a good day this week that I could come over and do it?
Any day.
I mean, I am in makeup today.
We could go over there and do it today. That's fine.
Yeah.
I think Eli wanted to come over tonight, but that's later.
Yeah, we could do a horizontal.
Yeah.
We don't have a horizontal.
It's gonna be a juicy one.
I love him and hate him at the same time. I don't remember exactly, but it was full of some gunk in a filter tube, or we don't even know we were supposed to clean that part. Okay, so it depends on what kind of fridge you have, but in the back of your fridge there'll be like a venting system. It'll have a bunch of slots in it, or it'll have like a grate that will have holes in it. That's blocking what is called your condenser, and that is like bringing air in and stuff. There will also sometimes be underneath your fridge. There will be like a little tray that is it's like a little pan that's like fits right underneath your fridge. Not all fridges have this, but a lot do, and it's like a drip pan almost. But sometimes that will get like gunked, and you got to like drop that, remove everything, and throw it back up too. So that is another way. But a lot of times, if you clean out that grate, if it gets full of junk, right, it can't breathe. You got to think of it like the condenser, kind of like lungs, right? You want to make sure you keep your lungs clean so you can actually breathe in and out properly, right?
No.
No.
I don't want to.
As someone who has severely damaged vocal cords, no. But yeah, so you want to keep that clean in the back. So that might be what did it. I don't know if the question is right, but how do you motivate yourself to clean your house? I don't know. I don't clean it. Basil's better at that than I am. I'm not. Me and my spouse barely clean our house.
Super honestly, I think the easiest way to build motivation to clean your house is to start with something that seems small. So like either a small room, or like going around and just picking up all of the trash first. And then once that's done, you'll start feeling a little bit better. And maybe the next day you pick up all of the clothes. The next day you pick up all of the toys, something like that.
You can also read the book Struggle Care by Casey Davis.
Super good book.
Struggle Care by Casey Davis is a great like meet you where you're at book when it comes to cleaning, and like taking care of your home, and like she has like kids and animals, and just the house gets messy because of that, but she has a great book called Struggle Care that I highly recommend.
Oh, one of the things that she recommends doing is timed cleaning. That's really effective too. So
time cleaning does work.
Set a timer for like 15 minutes and just clean as much as you can.
Time to work works in general. Like even when it comes to like editing the podcast, like if I put 2 hours on my phone, even if I don't finish it in 2 hours, I will have gotten a massive amount of done in that 2 hours. I feel like there's a question about the book. Oh, I've never seen you live. How you doing? I'm doing good, thank you. I'm just signing books on the live. Where's the best place to buy these books? Is it directly from the author? You can buy it on my website, mercurystardust.com. The books there are $35. They're $10 extra essentially than there would be anywhere else, because I sign the books and we send it out to you. If you buy a book from my website right now, I will make sure that I sign it and send it to you on the live. Okay. If you want various prices of books, because you can get prices of books all across the board online, but it's on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, bookshop.org. If you want to support an independent bookstore, which is what I recommend, go to bookshop.org and look up Safe and Sound by Mercury Stardust. It will be on there. It was like, oh my God, well, thank you for my first super chat of the day. Y'all ain't right. Have a great day. Well, you too. Hey everyone, how you doing? Thank you for being with me. We're gonna... Yeah, we got 5 minutes left in the live that we scheduled, but we're just gonna keep going because I got all these books to sign still. So we'll keep on signing books for you all as we go through this today. We'll try to keep this under an hour because we still have lots of other things to do. Mondays are also my editing days for the podcast, so. And episode 2 comes out publicly tomorrow. So support episode 2 of the Handyman Hotline. Is season 2, episode 2. If you want to get episodes of the show 1 week early, you can by being my supporters on Substack. If you want to financially support us on Substack, that helps a lot. You can also support us on Patreon as well, if you would rather do that. Both of them get the episodes 1 week early. Hey, thank you for another super chat. Rebecca says, what you do is so unique, helpful, and the epitome of how humans should act. Oh, you are kind, intelligent, empathetic, and beautiful. Never change. Well, thank you, Rebecca. But I hope I change, because the only reason I am those traits is because I did change. And I think that sometimes when you're not a kind person, it's easier to know how to be a kind person when you eventually do all that work. So I think that's a part of it. So thank you so much, Rebecca. I appreciate it. And thank you, Clancy, who we just signed a book for. Oh, over here now? Perfect. Thank you, Rebecca. Super chats are great. If you want to super chat me, that's another great way to do it. It gets my numbers up on YouTube, too. That's always wonderful. And it does ensure that I actually answer the question or read it, because sometimes, you'll see that I try my best, but once I start signing a lot of books, it's really hard for me to focus. If you want me to sign books during the live, you can go to my website right now and I will sign your book during the live. We've already signed quite a few today. So I will sign your book and show you the book on the live if you buy it during the live right now.
Gonna go pee after this book.
Perfect. And then when Basil comes back for after they pee for probably the 10th time today already, we will then check the website again and see if you guys have any more books for me to sign on the live.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you so much for the super chat again, Rebecca. Oh shoot, my phone. I got stuck on the chat, so I missed a bunch. Let me catch up on the chat. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm doing really good. Thank you for asking, Jay. I've been watching your videos for a while. I love the joy you share. Home improvement tips. Oh, thank you, Roxana. I love your messages to the world. That's an important message, that we grow through care. Yeah, we do grow through change. I love watching your videos when I do chemo. I'm releasing a video tomorrow about my mom going through chemo and everything. So hey, thank you for that. I send you all the love in the world. But also, not the first person I've heard that from. I don't know if my content just hits people right when they're going through chemo, but a lot of people, during season 1 of the Handyman Hotline, I would get emails from people saying that they would listen to the podcast while doing chemo, which I find like, what an honor, A, that you're telling me that, and B, as someone who was personally touched by, chemo and chemo treatment, and my mom unfortunately did not make it when she had stomach cancer. So. But chemo extended her life, so we got more time with her, and it meant the world to me and her and the family. So I send you my love to you, all your doctors, and your family. So thank you for sharing that with me. Hey, Mercury, when my dad was teaching me carpentry, he taught me to use a cope saw for trim instead of the 40 angles. Yep. What are your thoughts? When it comes to trim, whatever works best for you. I do think that the cope saw is probably a better option. I especially think that if you're someone who's like, if you're not an expert, I think that is probably the best option. I'm not a really big fan of using a miter saw for that kind of stuff. I don't like using miter saws for for little things because it's just a pain in the ass to get the angle right. I'm not a huge fan of that. But any way that makes you cut it precisely, anything that helps you cut it precisely. I will say I'm a big believer of the old fashioned miter saws. Those are my favorite when it comes to trim because you can get such a precise cut if you do it by hand, you know. So that's another route to go is wheel. When did this live start? About an hour and a half ago. I've been fighting internet trolls defending the LGBTQIA community, and they have the audacity to say how I'm spreading hate. I fully support the pride flag and with love and support. Well, thank you. Trying to catch up. I'm way behind now. Can I get some tips on your concealer? I love. I have horrific acne, and I love your application. It's not. You can see the concealer. It's more. I'm fierce. Well, thank you. Okay, so here's my tips for having like a smooth look for your makeup. You know, I want to be very clear that my face is fairly clean, like clear as it is. Like my face is really, my complexion is very, you know, clear, and I'm very fortunate. I used to not always be that way before I was on estrogen. Before I was on estradiol, that was not the way. When I was on testosterone, I had pretty bad acne. You can kind of, I don't know if you can still see it, but I have, like when I'm not wearing makeup, I have a lot of damage on my face from it still. But what do I do to like smooth my face out and like use my concealer? I use, so first and foremost, I use, a primer, right? Primers are my favorite. There's two different kind of primers that I use. I use green primers and orange primers. I use orange primers around the hair. Okay. Orange primers will conceal your hair, like your facial hair, a lot better. And green will take the redness out. So if you have like redness up in here, like a lot of rosacea, taking that out is one way. If you have a lot of like acne, a lot of times it's redder. So using you know, a green color corrector primer is a really good way to go. Let that get tacky. Don't just go right into it. Let it get tacky. And then concealers that I use, I like to use, I think it's either Tarte I use or I end up using Juvia Place a lot.
I like theirs.
Yeah, I like Juvia Place. I like a lot. I like how like it goes on. It's not too wet, but it's not too dry. It, like goes on nice and well. I use liquid concealer. I really like to make sure that I get this area around my nose, above my lips, up in here, and here. And then my foundation is a full coverage foundation. It's from KVD. Is KVD's Good Apple. And I get my whole face with that, and then I powder it down. And then I use a powder foundation to, you know, kind of get all the spots that I miss. And then I powder that down, and then
Very much full coverage.
yeah, and then I spray it. Yeah, it's very full coverage. So what you're seeing, like, you know, in person it does look fairly. I don't look like I'm covered in makeup most of the time, right? Like, but I always buy. You get what you pay for when it comes to makeup. Like, if you're only able to afford drugstore makeup, you can still make amazing looks happen. But one of the reasons why I think my makeup looks pretty like light in person is because I think it's the quality of makeup. I like to wear a lot of those products and those brands, but not all of them are good. Not all because you spend money does not mean that you will absolutely get good makeup. Dior is a perfect example. Don't waste your money on Dior. I have, and I hate it. I hate Dior so much. I really like One Size. I don't use One Size as much. I used to like their concealers. But yeah, that's kind of, and when it comes to my eyeshadow, I'm almost exclusively now Juvia Place. Almost exclusively. My eyelashes are also from Juvia Place. My eyeliner is from KVD, and my under eye is from Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On. Oh, thank you. We got more books to sign for you guys who are on the live. And what else did I? Oh yeah, and my brow is from Anzatasia. Those are the ones I use. So I think I kind of covered most of the stuff there. Yeah, I mean, I used to use a lot of NYX. NYX and Maybelline were like the two major products that I used prior to like having a little bit more economic like freedom in that way. Like when I first started doing TikToks, I think that like NYX was like basically I used NYX for everything. And I think NYX is a really good place to go to start when it comes to like wanting that good in between.
Good product.
Yeah, they got good products. I haven't used them as much, so not in the last couple of years, so it's hard to know if they kind of kept that up. But I know Maybelline. My best friend Amy is obsessed with Maybelline and still uses Maybelline for a lot of her products. Okay. I'm going to sign one more book from the weekend, and then I'm going to start signing the rest of the books that are bought during the live. So we're going to sign this book for Trish, who bought it over the weekend. They bought it yesterday, actually. And thank you so much for Trish, who lives in California. Very excited. Just in case Trish is on this live. Here you go, Trish. Oh, the book is coming to you in the next week or so. Basil's going to be wrapping it up right now. And now we're going to switch over to the next couple of ones that people bought during the live. So we're going to be signing books for Clara, signing books for Anna. Yeah, for someone named Anna, and we're going to sign books for someone named Kelly. So we're signing books for multiple people. Cannot wait to do that. So thank you so much for buying those books, everybody. I appreciate you. You can buy books and have me sign them on the live right now by going to the link in my bio or by going to my website, Mercury Stardust Media, and buying a book. If you buy a book during this live right now, I will sign the book in front of you. And first, we're going to sign a book for Anna. Give me 1 second, everybody. Please keep asking me questions. Please keep talking in the chat, and I will try to answer it as much as possible. This is probably a good enough time as any to remind you all that I'll be doing another stream-a-thon for trans health in about a month and a half on good old-fashioned YouTube, actually. We're going to be doing another stream-a-thon for trans health. We're going to be raising money again this year for Point of Pride for the Gender Affirming Care Access Fund. Last year we raised $2 million. The last year before that we raised $2 million, and I've raised $4.5 million in the last 3 years. So we're really excited to keep doing that this year for you. And here's the book for Anna. There you go. Thank you, Anna. And thank you for the person who actually bought the book, who was Tania? Who bought that book?
Tanya.
Tanya? I got it right. Basil said I got it right. Oh my God! Thank you, Eslo, for the super chat. Hey, thanks for sharing your knowledge. How much is your book? Thank you. I hope it's okay to ask. Yes, of course it is. My book on our website is... So, usually, almost anywhere else, the book is $25. On Amazon, it is cheaper. And on my website, it's $35 because we do an autograph. So, there's an extra $10 for an autograph. But if you want to support an independent bookstore, which is the way that I usually recommend to people if you don't want to buy it through our website, go to bookshop.org. We like bookshop.org. You can support an independent bookstore that way. But also... if you are wondering how can I make sure you get the most money, that is the website. If you buy through us, we get money from the autograph, but we also get, it's the same percentage, the same royalty in all the ways, so it doesn't really matter in that way. But if you want to support us a little bit more financially, getting a book through the website and getting an autograph is the best way. If you already have a book, but you want an autograph, you can get a book plate. And book plates are only $5. Only $10. I'm wrong.
Shipping, though.
Yeah, and for shipping. Oh, okay, so $5 and then $5 for shipping, basically. Good. Can I get the book in the UK? Yes, you can. Okay, right here for the ones I signed. Okay, during the live. Okay. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
It just doesn't matter.
The pile I am currently working on is this pile, and I need you to not put anything on that pile.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna listen to Basil. That's what we do here. Love you, Mercury. Your messages and videos are so uplifting. You deserve all the success you have and more. Well, thank you. And thank you for the super chat again. I appreciate it, Eslo. This is a book for Clara. Clara lives in Chicago, Illinois. Not that far away. We live in Madison, tropical Madison, Wisconsin.
So tropical right now.
So tropical. So fucking cold,
When
dude.
we looked at the weather before walking over here, it said, feels like -13.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that. I hate that so much. Oh, yeah, shit.
Yep, you did that right. Okay.
Okay, I have to, no, gotta do this. Gotta do this. Thank you, Clara. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay, how did you get started on, like, doing makeup? Oh, okay. I tend to struggle just to sit down and do it. Might just be my ADHD, though. I will say I went on ADHD medication for the first time in late November, early December, and it has changed my life. I will say that I used to joke about that, but I'm going to be very honest with you. It's a disability. It's such a disability. Now that I've been on ADHD medication and Adderall for like 2.5 months, I cannot encourage you enough. If you are not medicated, to get medicated. It is a life-changing. I do not know how I lived my life for 30 years without being medicated for ADHD. I'm going to be very honest with you. Like, it is wild. Every day was a slog. I had to push myself, and the older you get, the worse the symptoms can get. And honestly, it got to the point where I would lose whole days because I would get distracted over and over again, and I couldn't focus on anything. Writing the book was extremely difficult. But now it's so much easier. We're still trying to find the dosage. But it's working out really well right now, and I highly recommend it. So going on that tangent, someone else just sent a super chat. Oh, Eslo sent another one. I'll get from the website. Thank you. Thanks for sharing the information, and thank you for the super chats. That also supports us a great deal. It helps us out here on the good old-fashioned YouTube. Does a book ship to Germany? It does ship to Germany. Thank you for asking. And now we're signing a book for Kelly. Thank you, Kelly, for buying the book. Kelly is in Ohio. Thank you, Kelly. We're going to be doing these lives every Monday, starting at around 11:30 every Monday. 11:30 Central Time. We might be doing some later ones. I don't know, depending on how this goes. Boom. So, oh yeah, shit, did not show Kelly again. I'm really bad at this. Okay, here you go. Hi, Kelly. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate you. There's your book. Thank you for all the super chats. Super chats are wonderful. If you want to support us in other ways, you can support us by going to our Substack and becoming a Substacker. That's where I call my folks the Starlings. It's a wonderful way to support us, to keep us going. And I send a lot of private chats to my...
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I send like at least one a day, but sometimes I send 2 or 3 or more a day. I love to... And also, I gotta tell you, I really do like the community we're developing over there. They're so fucking supportive. And what was I posted a really somber message yesterday because I was like so sad that someone said something so shitty to me, and my audience was so fucking rad. We had like within like 2 minutes I had like 60 messages or some shit. It was super nice. What a way to do a pick me up. So it's a great way to be over there, to interact with me, and get some good ways to support me. So thank you, Dina. I'm signing a book for Dina, who lives in Wisconsin. Yeah!
Sales tax.
Sales tax! Thank you, Dina. There you go, Dina. Thank you. Can't wait to check the book out. Well, thank you, Jace. Tropical Madison, Wisconsin always gets me. Yeah. I don't know why, but I always say tropical Madison, Wisconsin constantly. It's hard to be medicated for ADHD in Texas. Is it because like getting Kimmy, is it because of like getting access to it? Because even in Wisconsin, it's not like you can miss a day or two pretty much every time you try to refill your medication. It's you have to like plan ahead. And you know, if you have ADHD, that's not always a great way, you know. It could be, I mean, across the country in general, it's really hard. But I'm sure there's another reasoning why it's so hard in Texas. RFK Jr. I know. RFK Jr. Will have to pry my meds from my cold dead hands.
That's right.
F that guy. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that he was attacking our SSRIs, I was like, in what world? I am like, I don't know. You guys, I'm speaking to the choir if I go on a rant here, but like, Jesus Christ. Also, to everyone who said that the Project 2025 was not real, I just gotta tell you right now, you motherfuckers are, I don't know. Either you were openly being deceptive, which I really do believe, like you were being malice, or you're dumb as a box of rocks. I'm sorry. Like, you listen to people, when they tell you something, you listen to people. Especially if what they're telling you is a bad thing, you should listen to them. If they're telling you a good thing, be apprehensive. But, you know, what's up?
Last week's Ologies episode was a rebroadcast of the, what is it? Willful ignorance. It was on willful ignorance.
Yeah, willful. Yeah,
it was a very good episode.
I have ADHD too, but I wasn't able to get medication. My doctor wouldn't allow it. Oh, I hope you get it in a second opinion. I think someone else just asked that.
Yeah, definitely just go talk to someone else.
Yeah, because like any doctor that says that, I don't know. The doctor I have listens to me and actually takes in my my concern. Actually, every single year for the fundraiser, my doctor, Dr. Ronnie, literally comes on the live stream and helps us raise money for gender affirming care. So my doctor's fucking rad.
She also has a podcast.
She also has a podcast, which is called...
This is probably a really weird question.
Probably a really weird question. That's the name of the podcast. She's a really cool person. And I love her to fucking death. So, and it's the first time in my entire life, it's the first time in my entire life I felt like I actually had a real, real relationship with a doctor. When I was younger, we had a doctor called Dr. Wesney, who took care of everyone in my little small town, right? So we all knew Dr. Wesney. We literally were invited to his Christmas party every year. And I remember getting to adulthood and being so confused that no one had that. And I couldn't find that anywhere. I couldn't find a doctor that like genuinely made me feel safe. But yeah, her name is Ronnie Hyone. Absolutely a wonderful person, and is the reason why I feel like I'm where I am in my transition now, but also like feeling better about my body and taking care of myself better than I was. Still a work in progress. One doctor for everyone big and small in the entire town. Yeah. The Dr. Wesley basically took care of everyone. If you didn't go to Dr. Wesley, you had to go another 35 minutes to an hour to see someone else. And if you had to do a specialist, it was almost always an hour away. So.
Have you watched Resident Alien?
Yeah. God damn it. God damn it. That is so funny. Yeah.
That's all I could think
Yeah,
of.
that is my doctor. My doctor is
Resident Alien.
Yeah, Resident Alien. My doctor is actually Alan Tudyk. I'm sorry. But also if my doctor was Alan Tudyk, I'd be so fucking happy. ZZ and I love him to death.
Yeah.
Anytime I hear his voice in a cartoon or something, I'm like, Alan Tudyk.
I just, I will never forgive the creators of Serenity.
Yeah, we're not talking about that. That's trauma.
Yeah.
Get that shit away from me.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Moving on.
Okay, thank you to Rivers. Thank you, Rivers, for buying a book. The book will be coming at you in the next week or so. I still have some more books to sign. We're going to keep signing books until I run out of the books behind me. We are, boy, man, I'm making a dent, but it's taking a while. Yeah. Connor and Gil. Thank you to Connor and Gil, who lives in Nevada. Thank you. Mods are awesome here. Thanks, mods. We love the mods. One of them is literally right next to us. Thank you, Gretchen.
The quietest mod.
The quietest mod.
It takes a lot of effort to like read these.
It does. It does. It does though. Like,
I'm
Legitimately.
also dyslexic, so I'm slower than Kimmy.
yeah, and sometimes people get like, yeah, Kimmy's great. We've had Kimmy there for a hot minute. So thank you, Kimmy.
Since the fundraiser last
Yeah, I
year.
think like the fundraiser. I think Kimmy's almost always on our lives. So thank you, Kimmy, for always supporting us. Always love it. I always notice a difference when Kimmy's in a chat
Yes.
whenever you do one of these.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Kimmy. Kimmy and JK, I tell you what, Kimmy and JK are just so good. JK is crazy good.
JK's amazing.
When you have JK in a chat, even on TikTok, like TikTok's harder, I think, to be a moderator sometimes. But like, it's crazy how fast he is. So crazy fast. But also like, he will like message me and be like, "I'm so sorry. I think I made a mistake." Like it's so. He takes so much like pride in doing a good job. I love it. Yeah, we love JK. Do you just do solo content? I think if you did collabs, you would be very successful on OnlyFans. You will be a millionaire. Well, thank you. I don't know how to respond to that one specifically. Well, first of all, I do collaborations a lot, right? I don't as much right now because we're really focusing on a few things all at once. But really, is right now we're like in this stage where I feel like we're rebuilding towards having a really healthy workflow for me and Basil, and really focusing on like 3 or 4 things we want to do, and making those 3 or 4 things happen every single week. And that's kind of what we're focused on. Once I get to that point where that is really successful, and that is really like supporting us, then I will maybe grow into something else and do various things. But also, just a reminder, I used to be an SW, and we're pro SWs here. For those who do not know, very much supportive. Also, I feel like if you're not pro sex work, but you're pro trans, I feel like you do not know, you don't know the history of sex work and trans people. Also, I might be releasing a video today about the word brick.
Did you finish Stonebutch Blues?
I did not finish
Oh,
those.
okay.
Did
That's
you?
what no, not yet.
Oh,
Not
okay.
yet, but
I did start it, but I did not. I haven't gone through it. I'm happy that I finished Whipping Girl, so I'm still riding high from that.
Someone was asking the other day in the Discord if we were still doing book club, and I was like, no.
We can always do like a retrospective one, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, well, this one doesn't have a book, but the hat.
Oh.
We can always do like a retrospective one where like the books I read that we do talk about or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just let me know what books you are reading, and then I will finish them probably by the time you do.
I think Stonebutch Blues and Whipping Girl. Well, you already did one on Whipping Girl, right?
Yeah, I've already finished Whipping Girl.
Did you do a podcast on it though? You did though,
I
right?
didn't do a podcast, no. Because that would have been the one right after Felix Ever After.
Oh, okay. Thank you everyone for being here. Do you sell your book worldwide? Yes, I do. Thank you for asking, Karina. Big thank you to Jared and Percy for buying a book. There you go.
We have one book going to Oslo, Norway today.
We got one going to Oslo, Norway. That's amazing. Remember, everyone, if you want to support us right now or get a book, You can get my book, Safe and Sound, A Renter's Friendly Guide, by going to the link in my bio or my website, mercurystardust.com. And if you buy a book during the live right now, I'll be in the live until all these books are signed. You'll be able to go and get a book, and I'll sign it in front of you on the live. I have a lot of books to get through still. I have lots of these to get through. I don't know. I have like maybe another like 10 or so to get through, on top of the ones I had not looked from you guys. So we have not checked in a hot minute, but we're about to right now, and we'll see if we have more books to sign on the live from you. This one right now is for Tony. If Tony's watching the live, thank you, Tony, for supporting me and all the work that we do. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate you. That will be coming. Tony is from New York. We love Brooklyn, New York. Thank you. Hey, are you using us as body doubles for your ADHD? I mean, this is a great way for us to do this together. Like, not just you and me, but like Basil and me. Like, I think this is probably more fun for Basil than doing it by yourself all the time. Basil just like,
I mean, I usually just listen to an audiobook.
Yeah, that's very true. That's good. Good fun. I got next one from Monica. We'll get to more of the ones on the live in just a few minutes. But big thank you to Monica for buying a book from Pennsylvania. Thank you, Monica.
Paper's so loud.
I have your book, but I have an unusual drain. I can't unclog that isn't in there. Any advice on basement drains in concrete? I love your book, but I have an unusual drain I can't clog that isn't in
You
there.
probably meant unclog.
I can't unclog. Oh, so you have a basement drain? Is this an apartment or is this a home? Is this a house? Tell me a little more about that. And also, do you know where, if this is a house that you own, do you know where the clean out is? Sorry, I haven't had my coffee.
We should make some more coffee.
I'm trying to catch up, everyone, so hang in there with me. I send my love to whoever's in chat right now. I'm kind of reading other people's comments, and I just want to send my love to Devin. I did not read your comment, but from what I'm reading from other people, I'm sending you my love, and I hope that you are finding some like support and love right now. But I'm trying to look for it. I can't find the comment.
I can't find it.
Okay. But thank you, Devin. I send you my love, and I hope that you hang in there, okay? It's a house it's in the slab. Drain leads to stack in foundation. Okay. So, okay. Drain leads to stack, and your stack goes to your sewer line. But before it goes to the sewer line, it goes to something called a clean out. Your clean out is located outside 99.99% of the time. And you can access that clean out, and then that might be where the problem is. To be honest, a wig is a lot of upkeep to wear daily, especially when people around you aren't open to having short hair. Sending my love. I'm trying to catch up. Sorry if I'm reading random ones right now. The Trevor Project is a great resource for anyone feeling like they don't matter. Yes, I agree. Thank you to everyone. We got Lauren. Thank you, Lauren, for buying a book. Thank you to everyone who's in here right now. Thank you to all the super chats. If you want me to for sure comment or read one of your comments, make sure that you super chat. That's a great way to do it. But if you can't, that's okay too. I'm trying my best to keep up with everybody. Thank you, Lauren. Hi, Stardust. Do you think replacing a window is okay for a complete beginner? I would say that is more in the intermediate place. It all depends on what kind of window we're talking about. If it's like a garage window, or like a shed window, that's way different. Usually those are like one painters and they're not that hard to replace, especially if it's an older one. But if it's like a house and it's like a 3-pane glass window, that's going to be more difficult. It does get to be a point where I think that if you want to do a really good job and you don't want to have to redo it, just in case, I do think it's like a little bit beyond a DIY thing. As someone who's like, I've been in the industry for almost 20 years, I would do it. But I don't think it's really a great place to start. But if you want to, do your research, double check, triple check. I always tell people, if you want to make sure that you get yourself well-rounded when it comes to a project before you start it, watch 3 videos of different perspectives on it or more before you even start, okay? Before you even start planning. Big thank you to Josh for buying a book. Thank you, Josh, who lives in Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Sales tax.
Sales tax.
City tax, too.
Yeah, city tax. Well, thank you, Josh. Sending you all the love in the world. Okay, Devin, I'm really sending you all my love. Thank you for finding some community in the chat right now. Kai, but then you can just slick. Okay, oh, we're still talking about hair. Okay, I'm trying to keep track of everything here. All right, thank you everyone for supporting Devin. If you are, we have another book or 2 to sign. I will get to that in just 1 second. Josephine, thank you so much for buying a book. Thank you everyone for being in a live right now. If you have any questions or DIY questions or any questions about the book, you can ask me right now. I'll do the best I can to answer them. The hotline, the pop call, you can call me on the pop call and I can answer your DIY questions from there, and that'd be a great way to support me. It's like $2 a minute to support me. But then also you can call me on the Handyman hotline. And you can leave a voicemail and we'll try to get back to you when we can. If you don't want to, you just don't have to. Don't waste your time. As I always say, if you have enough time to harass someone online you don't know, you are probably not doing much with your life, and I would use that energy elsewhere. Because all you're doing is mocking someone who is a best-selling author. So have a fun time with whatever you're working on. I want to say a big thank you to the Handyman hotline is in the link in my bio. If you would like to go through that and ask me a question through there. My podcast is called the Handyman Hotline, and I answer questions through the hotline the best we can. Thank you to Sarah, who bought a book. Sarah from New York. Thank you, Sarah. Oh, shoot, I just dropped that slip. Thank you, Sarah.
I make my job hard.
Yes. That's what I'm here for. I often think I don't make your job hard enough. Hi Mercury. You're one of my role models. I hope you're having a good day. Well, thank you. I'm sending you love. Well, I'm happy that you're using my home repair one. I'm sending you guys all the love in the world. I love you, Mercury. You inspire me not to be such a jerk to assholes.
That's hard.
It's healthier to be more positive than thing. I like to redirect it into what I'm doing instead of what they're doing. Like, if someone is harassing me or being a jerk to me, I like to redirect it to what I'm doing instead of like what they're doing. So like, if they're harassing me, well, I don't know what they're doing, but I know what I am doing. I'm signing books for people, and I've already made like, I don't know, pretty good estimate of like, I made over $1,000 off of books today. So I don't know. That's just signing books. So I'm just saying, you know, you can troll me all you want, but you know, we're doing really good, and we do really good work here. And I've raised millions of dollars of money for gender-affirming care for people. So, you know, it's like we spend our time worrying about helping others, and we don't spend our time worrying about what someone online thinks about us. That's not productive for them or us. Thank you, Sam, for buying a book. Just want to say thank you. I had a hard time, and you kept motivating me to keep going, and especially motivating me to fix the door handle to our living room when it fell off. Oh, sending you love, and I'm happy that I helped you. Where else are we? We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. Beth, we got a book for Beth here. Thank you for being such a bright light, beautiful light in the dark world. You're amazing. Well, thank you. Oh, that's a good one. When are you going to start some home survival tutorials? Like small greenhouse, shallow wells, small solar powered. In due time. Right now I'm working on my house, where some of that's not really possible. Some of it is. You know, we're gonna be switching to solar power within 5 years. But it's a task, right? That house went about 30 years without any repairs on it. So I think we spent like just $16,000 last year on just repairs. We're probably going to be doing a similar number this year. I mean, actually, I think we spent close to $20,000 last year from the new furnace we had to put in, from removing the asbestos, from redoing the roof on the house. I haven't redone the roof on the garage yet. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. So like, it is, you know, knowing how to prioritize your tasks in your house is tough. You know, we also got to properly insulate our attic. It is not. We had 5 layers of shingles on our roof, which is absolutely wild. And I think that now we're losing a lot of heat through our roof, because we actually had so many shingles on our roof. I think that actually kept the heat in a lot. And we don't really have a lot of insulation for the roof, so in the attic. So I think that's part of the problem. So we'll have to like compensate some of that. So, and I got to redo the hardwood floors at some point. I got to finish. Our kitchen is still not finished. We really, this winter has been like focusing on the business, and it's been really hard to like focus on the business and, you know, work on the house at the same time. We got a book for Beth. I'm going to show Beth in 1 second here. When are you going to start? Oh yeah, I already answered that. Trying to catch up. Trust and believe the connections you have made matter. What you have created matters. The time you spend on yourself is never lost. You will see the other side of this very soon. I think that was towards Devin, so sending that more love your way. I had to use the bathroom TNT. Your eyes look gorgeous, hon. Well, thank you. I love your videos. You have lots of time to work on your house. Enjoy. Well, thank you. Just to say thank you for being an inspiration to me and my child who are learning how to fix things together. Well, that's beautiful. Cool. I'm going to keep on signing books. Thank you to everyone who's here. If you want me to sign a book on live for you, I will do that. If you go to my website and buy a book, and we'll sign it for you on live. There's Beth's book. Thank you so very much. And Basil is wrapping those books up. I'm going to actually need more books in a second.
Okay, I'll get those.
Thank you. Have you considered doing group education, repair homes for low-income housing in the process of... There's a lot that we have talked about. I think we're maxed out. We really can't do more right now. We're already like very much stretched thin. We do a weekly podcast. We do multiple videos. We're doing long form. We got multiple YouTube shows that we're still working on. We have the second book that's coming out. We do the fundraiser for Gender Affirming Care Review. That's a maxed. I told Basil...
A weekly newsletter.
A weekly newsletter. I told Basil that we're not taking on new stuff this year. It has to be a really, really good adventure for us to want to take it on. We are maybe working on a new product, but we're still figuring that out. So I don't want to, count my eggs before it's hatched. But that's it. I really do not want to take on more projects anymore. Last year, I feel like we took on a new project every week, and I got nowhere. So we're going to really focus on what we want to do and continue to work on that. And once we get to a place where we have that workflow figured out, then me and Basil can kind of start thinking what we want to do. But a big thank you to Katie. Thank you so much, Katie. The next book is coming out in the spring of 2026. It's the first year of home ownership. I got one book left right here. What gets you through the days? My cats, my spouse, my best friend Amy, my other best friend Basil.
Speaking of cats, do you want to hear the silliest new thing that Ophelia has started doing?
Yes, for those who don't know, Ophelia is Basil's little kitty cat they've had, who's about to turn 1 year old.
Next month.
Next month? Wow. Sarah, here's your book. There you go, Sarah. Okay, Basil, go ahead.
So you know those potatoes that are about like this big?
Mm-hmm.
About like this big? She started stealing them out of our kitchen.
What?
Like she stole like 8 of them last night out of the kitchen and brought them into my room.
She's ridiculous.
I don't know why. But yeah, she just started moving potatoes around the house now.
Wow. What a cutie. How's Robin doing? Robin's the pupper.
Oh, he's a good boy.
Good.
Most of the time. He's a puppy.
He's a puppy. Okay, big thank you to Tristan. Thank you, Tristan, for the book. You want me to sign a book for you on the live? You can go to my website, mercurystardust.com, and I will sign a book for you on the live while we're still on here. We only have a few more books to get through. I already went through all of those books, so now I'm grabbing extra ones right now. And I know we have some books we still got to sign for those folks who are actively on the live right now. But another book for Sarah. We went through like 4 Sarahs today.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sarahs. We love Sarah. I always joke that Sarahs are my biggest fan. If you are named Sarah, you have like a 25% chance of following me online. There's another one for Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. If you want a signed book, you can get one right now by going to my website, mercurystardust.com, or by going through the link in my bio, and we will sign it for you on the live. If you buy it right now, we will be checking in a few minutes. We're still doing some other stuff, so we're going to be looking at the new numbers in just 1 second. Also, if you already have a book but you want one signed, you can get a book plate. And a book plate's $10 on my website, and we'll mail that to you as well. You love the pod? Well, thank you, Dobby. I appreciate you. I really like doing it. I'm really finding I'm editing it myself now, which has been quite an experience. I gotta tell you, I kind of like it. I've really been not a fan of editing for a really long time, but I really like it. I feel like I'm finding a workflow. I really like finding ways to communicate with my audience in an editing sense. We've already shot 8 of them. Only 1 has been publicly out. Tomorrow, number 2 will be out. Number 3 will be out for Substack supporters. So if you follow me on Substack and you are a paid subscriber on Substack, you get the episodes 1 week ahead of everyone else. So that's a great way to start there. Now I'm going to sign a book for Logan. Thank you, Logan, for support. I appreciate you. Tell me I can do a pod too, Mercury. Yes, Amanda, you can do a pod too. It used to be so much harder. You know, I've been doing podcasts for a long, long time. I used to run a podcast network called littlepodcast.com. And I've been doing podcasts and involved in podcasts for such a long time. It used to be, the price of entry was always like a little bit more accessible than it was in like radio days, right? But now it's so much more entry. You can buy like a whole little kit. They're starting packs and etc. for folks. It's really a game changer, I think. Eslo, there we go. We finally got to you, Eslo. Thank you so much for buying a book, my friend. I appreciate you. Thank you for all your super chats too. So there you go, Eslo. I'm going to show you your book in 1 second. You'll be getting the book in about a week. Eslo, North Carolina. Thank you for being here, bud. There you go, Eslo. I appreciate you. Yeah, you got a book. Perfect. Thank you, friend. Romanian guy here. How does it feel being a trans? Like legit. In Romania, we do not know that much about LGBT. I want to learn. Thanks and all the best. Well, thank you, Vlad. Okay, so what is it like? What is it like being trans, Vlad? I mean, it's like everyone else. There's really no big difference in like how I function from day to day, you know, like how I interact with the world. In America, it really does depend on where you live as far as like acceptance. You know, some places you live, it's not that fun, you know, and some places you live, it doesn't really matter. And also it really does matter to how much your proximity to privilege. So like for me, I do not pass, which is called a brick within a trans community. And I reclaim that word because I think it's hilarious as a trans handyman to also be called a brick. And I like to call myself a brick because bricks are often extremely hard to break. They're a great foundation, and they're what the trans community is built around. So I like being called a brick. But anyways, I think that from that perspective, like, if I lived in a place where trans people were a little bit less accepted, it probably would be a little bit more difficult to not pass and to not be seen as a woman by a lot of people. But in here, tropical Madison, Wisconsin, which is in the northern part of United States, I'm not really too worried about it. I don't think about it too much. I barely think about being trans outside of this space. It's hard when the newspapers bring us up all the time. But really, it's not a huge difference. I would say that as far as like my gender affirming care goes, it's going to look different from one trans person to another trans person, Vlad. But like for me, I'm on HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy. So I take estradiol, which is a form of like estrogen tablets. I take a T blocker called biglutamide. And I used to take progesterone, which would help with breast development. And I take other medication as well. So it all really depends on what your transition is. Some people do surgeries, some people don't do surgeries. Either route is very valid. You don't need to do medical care to be trans. If we did, you'd be excluding a whole bunch of people who led the way in the trans community, and I think that's weird. And yeah, so yeah, I think that's like a pretty good crash course right there. Vlad, if you have any more questions that are more specific, I'm going to open myself up to you, Vlad, since you are from a different country, and I think that getting the word out about queer people in different places like Romania, where you might not have as much access to that education, I think is really important. So hey, Vlad, if you have questions, I'm going to open myself up to you. We're not going to worry about tone policing Vlad. They're not going to worry about Vlad speaking exactly the way that we would want Vlad to. We're going to make space for them to learn and for them to kind of be able to connect with us through a language barrier. So Vlad, if you are there, feel free to ask me more questions if you want to know. I'll do the best I can to answer your. Again, if you are a troll in this chat, hey, Kimmy and Gretchen are just absolutely taking you guys out before you're able even to be there for 30 seconds. So, way to waste your time. But B, I cannot stress enough, no one in the world who like achieves something and really is successful in their life and fulfilled in their life is spending time harassing someone they do not know online. I love your makeup. Thank you, Terry. Carly, wow, your eye makeup is amazing. Well, people really like the eye makeup today. Well, thank you. I've noticed a direct correlation to the brighter my eyes are, the more compliments I get. Okay, a big thank you to Jax. Thank you, Jax, for buying a book. I'm going to show you your book in 1 second. Jax is from Washington.
I'm going to need a whole new roll of bubble wrap soon.
There's a question about if they buy a book, t-shirt.
What was that, Gretchen?
There's a question about a book t-shirt combo, and do they still get a signature?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. If you buy a book, in the book shirt bundle, you get a signed autograph on the book. If you buy the hat bundle, same thing. I will tell you this, it's my goal in my life to meet people who are wearing my hats just out in the wild. So if you buy a hat and you wear it out in the wild, if I see it, I will freak the fuck out. All right. So just to let that know, that's your incentive to buy a hat. And so here you go, Jax.
Did I tell you my mom bought one?
Did she really?
Yeah.
Way to go, Mom. We love Mom. Hanging in there. Okay, there you go, Jax.
Yeah, she posted a picture of her like out on a backpacking trip with the hat.
Really?
Yeah, it was really
That's cute. Pick the right day to take PTO. Can't help being sick, but I was decently surprised to catch this. Well, thank you, Teresa. We are going to be doing these lives every Monday from 11:30 Central Time to and whenever we're done signing books. Right now, they're scheduled to go like an hour and a half or so. But this one has gone over 2 hours already, so
We have some catch up to do.
yeah, we have some catch up to do. Basically, the more books we sell throughout the week, the longer these lives will be, because this is kind of turned into our Mercury's going to sign all the books she gets throughout the week right now kind of setting. Sterling, thank you, Sterling, for buying a book. Who lives out in Washington, Vancouver, Washington. Way to go. Derek says, I love your videos. Well, thank you. Don't you ever be in my wild again here in the South Mississippi. If I ever make it up north, I will wear it. I won't count yourself out,
I would
Valerie.
totally go back to Water
Yeah,
Valley.
Valerie, we were in Water Valley, Mississippi last year, or in the fall of 2023 rather. Sorry, it's back to that. That's wild. But it's no longer last year. We were in Water Valley, Mississippi. We're big fans. We went to basically the only queer-owned bookstore in all of Mississippi, and it was super fucking rad. Me and Basil will absolutely. I mean, we're probably only going to go on a handful of book tours on the next one, but I will absolutely make sure that Violet Valley Bookstore in Water Valley, Mississippi is on the short list for places we could possibly go. Eslo, at Linda, Eslo says, wants to know if you can sign her book and kiss prints by the signature. They are wondering if that's possible. Said if they've paid more. So by the so you want a lipstick kiss print? Yeah, we can do that. Linda, if you buy a book right now, I will make sure I do that. I don't know if this lipstick's gonna do it. So
yeah, you'll have to put on fresh
yeah, I'm gonna need to get different lipstick for you, Linda, if that's what you want. But buy a book first, and I will go run up and grab a lipstick for you. So make sure we can actually do that for you. Wonderful. Well, thank you, Eslo, for throwing it up there. That means a lot to us to help us out. And thank you for the super chat again. Trying. Okay. Kylie or Kelly, I'm not quite sure. I think it's Kylie, is asking. I have a question. Do you think renter-friendly hacks are worth the risk? Sticky wallpaper or flooring? Yeah. It really depends on what product you're using. There is some great content creators online who do full-on tests of renter-friendly, like stick-on tile, stick-on wallpaper, and if it does actually cause damage or not. I think that Being the Blooms is one of my mutuals, one of my friends over the years who's helped us out. Really wonderful human being. Highly recommend their Instagram channel, but it's Being Blooms, and they test out all the stuff. So as far as what my thoughts are, I think that I don't like the term hacks to begin with, because I think that I don't think that there's any way around doing things in a way that are going to be the most likely to hold up over time. To me, a hack usually means working around the red tape or working around the way that it might be the best way. But as far as renter-friendly products tile and etc., it really does depend on the brand. But I'm going to tell you right now, when you're using any type of adhesive, if you're in an area where you're going to have a lot of moisture and in an area where you're going to have heat, kitchen and bathrooms, the likelihood of that not working the way it is advertised is very high, because you're in an area that has a lot of moisture and in an area that has a lot of heat. And a lot of that can work differently with adhesives and can cause damage to your drywall, cause damage to your tile, and cause damage to your linoleum. So be very mindful of that. If you're in an area where you have a controlled environment a little bit, like a bedroom or a living room, a dining room sometimes, all of that, you have a lot more likelihood it won't damage it. But I think bathrooms and kitchens are a bad place to experiment, okay? But if you are someone who's okay, I'm going to try a little section and then I'm going to do it, I would try it. But a little section should be tried for a month or two, right? It's really hard to tell just doing it you're putting it on your wall and then you wait a day and you take it off. That's not the same thing as living in a space for a month, 2 months, and cooking and taking showers or everything and getting moisture in that adhesive and having that interact with the wall, the drywall, and linoleum differently. So I hope that answers your question. What would you recommend for a clogged shower? Tried a hair catcher, but it did not work. I recommend the Cobra Skinny Drain Cleaner. I have tons of videos on this. I have one that actually just posted recently about someone who was having a clog. So I always think that it's best to use some type of like auger or a drain snake. A Cobra Skinny drain cleaner is only 8 feet long, and it's a 1/8 inch auger, so it's pretty small. It won't get you in a whole lot of trouble. So that's the way I would go. You can also use a plunger. So you can use something that's called a sink plunger on your shower drain. If you have an overflow drain, you just want to make sure you cover that up, and then you plunger it, and that can sometimes like dislodge the clog that's in there, and that would be a good place to start. So both of those methods. If you use an auger though, bend the first like inch at a 45-degree angle. That will make it easier for you to be able to get that auger down the drain. Otherwise, you might be pushing up against a 90 or a 45 rather, and it'll be hard for you to like get the drain snake down there. Do you recommend fixing something for the first time or the first tool you ever had? Oh, Karen, do you mean like Joe, do you remember fixing something for the first time or the first tool you ever had? Oh boy. Man, I don't know if I remember the first time I ever fixed something. I was pretty young. I would say I really started fixing stuff with my dad around like 9 years old or 8 years old. I don't really know. I remember doing drywall with my dad and doing electrical with my dad and then shocking my dad. I remember laying carpet with my dad. Boy. I remember we did a whole laundry room. My dad gave me my first hammer. I think when I was nine. I like just turned 9 years old, and like a present was like a fucking 22-ounce claw hammer. And I want to tell you that hammer was like as big as I was. So I couldn't really hold it for the longest time. But
when I was like 8, we had to dig out all around my grandma's basement and like waterproof it and like finish her basement.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
The first time I did a toilet, maybe 17. The first time I did a wax ring, maybe.
Oh, that was
maybe,
2020 for me.
Yeah, wax rings suck. There's no good way to do it. This is why I have problems with like any products that say they're going to make it easier and faster. Any products that claim that for any of like plumbing, any electrical, any painting job, any drywall job, they're just full of shit. I mean, like I just don't. A lot of those products are like a pipe dream. They'll make your life easier, but it'll make your life harder in another way. A great exception to that, and this is a big debate, are shark bite fittings. Boy, is that controversial to say that probably though. But I think shark bite fittings, if done correctly, if done correctly, and then in an area that you can actually check. Like I wouldn't do your very first shark bite fitting in an area you can never get to. I would do it, and like you try it in the very first space that you try it, be accessible. Don't like do it and then put it behind drywall for the first time and hope for the best, you know. I would say practice in places that you can access. What do you think about PEX? I mean, PEX is the standard, you know. Like PEX is solid. I'm a big fan of it. I think it's changed the industry quite a bit. But fuck, those tools are not accessible to most people. I think you can rent the tools and shit that you need for a PEX from some places, but I don't think old hardware stores have that option.
Like cutting it, or what's the problem?
No, it's what the PEX have a specific like.
Oh, the little clampy thing.
Yeah, but it's specifically made for that. Okay. So it's like, I don't know how to describe it. So there are some other clamping tools, right? But not that's made and designed for that. Okay, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like the one of the ways that used to be the only way to do it was basically, you know, you would call like sweating the pipe or like welding the pipe. That was like the only way that you could do it prior. But then PEX basically changed the game, and then made it a whole different option to be able to do it. And then Shark Bite changed the game after that. But Shark Bite fittings are basically like little things that have teeth that you put in, and I think you twist it. I don't even remember. I haven't used a Shark Bite in the longest time. And then you hold it, and then it does the job, right? But the thing is, Shark Bite fittings are like, if you're going to rank them all, Shark Bite fittings are like the lowest on that totem pole. Like they're the ones most likely to fail. But I also think they make it extremely accessible. And if you practice and you do it in an area that you can access, I think it's just fine. But if you do it in an area you can never get to, I don't think it's a good place to start, if that makes sense. I do carpentry, and it's everywhere now. Yeah, it's basically a standard now. Like PEX is basically everywhere. Yeah, I have a shed for my cats that I am trying to carpet, but I don't know what carpet is safe to be around cats. I mean, I think it all depends. I think that you can like find pet safe anything online these days. But I mean, from my understanding, like corrugated carpet is just fine for pets. I think corrugated carpet is also like cheaper, easier to lay down. I also think that like anything that has more like shag or anything that has more like, I think if you get too fancy, I think it causes more problems with a cat. I think having corrugated carpet is better. And if you put like, if you want a little bit of extra cushion underneath or a little bit of extra protection for the floor and then the carpet, you could do like a dippling membrane, which is like a little thin layer that separates the carpet from the rest of the floor. And the dippling membrane kind of helps with like airflow. Like it gets some airflow through the foundation of the shed or whatnot. And that's a good place to start. That would be my hot take on it. So, but let me know what you would want to do. What are Basil's pronouns? He, they. Did I do that right? Yeah, he, they.
This is a large order. 2-part.
Okay.
Same name for the photo and the book. So I'll just give it to you like that so you can see. That's the name right there.
Diana. Wonderful. Diana Moray. That's a wonderful name. Oh, Diana Moray basically bought one of everything. So thank you, Diana. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm gonna draw your book out right now. Oh, Baze, can you do me a favor and give me a new marker? Thank you.
Is that one okay?
Yes. Oh, that one's perfect. Thank you, Diana Murray. There's your book, Diana. And now I'm going to sign your autograph photo for you real quick. If you want me to sign a book or photos or anything during the live, you can by going to my website, mercurystardust.com, and I will do the signing on the live for you right meow. Maybe next week, Basil, we could do this in my office if I get my office a little bit farther along. Because I have so much area, you know? But then it would still be harder for you to run back and forth. And we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, like finding the best place to do it in here. That we could also run a really good, like doing OBS here or doing with Amigos might be tight. But we could also figure it out too. But thank you, Gretchen, for helping.
You're welcome.
Everyone, for those who don't know, Gretchen is my unpaid intern. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Gretchen is a friend and is helping us out right now. So, good. Okay. Thank you to everyone who's hanging out with me. We've been on the live for 2.5 hours. We're gonna check if there's any more orders, and if there's not, we're gonna jump off the live so we can kind of do elsewhere. But if there's more orders, we'll stay on for a little bit. Okay, cool. We're gonna do a last call then. So if you want to buy a book during the live and have me sign it, now is your chance. We're gonna give you 5 minutes. And if you want to do that, do it right now. And then me and Basil will make sure we sign that, and then we can get off the live and start doing other stuff for the day. I've already been at this for 2.5 hours, and I think I'm getting pretty tired. I'm on my feet too long.
Yeah, we gotta get an anti-fatigue mat for in here.
Yeah, we really should. It's like the floor is rough in the whole
we're
basement.
on cement.
Yeah, we're on cement, and there's no padding. There's nothing underneath the carpet at all. Thank you for your work. I love seeing what you do. You do your thing. Well, thank you. Good morning. Love you and your content so much. Well, thank you. Hi, Mercury. Lots of love from Finland. Oh, well, hi. Love your videos and you to the moon and back. Well, thank you. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you. And for the people who are here to troll me, again, I cannot stress this enough. There's no one in the world who is devoting their time to trolling people online for fun that has achieved much in their life. I'm not saying you have to achieve anything in your life to be worthy or to be valuable, right? That's not how the world works. But it certainly makes me think something of you if you're spending your time trolling me on the internet. All you're doing is just, I don't know. I mean, I'm not spending my time attacking people. I'm literally spending my time writing books and being a #1 best-selling author and making thousands of dollars a week just by existing online. So, I mean, you can give me all the shit you want, but I think one of us won and one of us did not. Is all I'm saying. But if you are someone who's like, you're struggling and you're hanging in there, and, I just want to make it very clear when I say stuff like that I am not saying that you have to do certain things in order to be successful. That is not what life is. Everyone's life is different. And if you're fulfilled in your life and you find purpose in your life, that is beautiful. If you're helping your community, if you're supporting one another, that's absolutely valuable. So when I'm making jokes like that, I don't want anyone to take it to heart and make themselves feel bad. I just like pissing the trolls off who often uphold those standards. So if your house is done, we need an MTV Cribs tour.
That would be so funny.
Yeah, that would be really funny. Yeah, my house is not quite done. It's going to be a little bit for that. I love supporting everyone, especially authors. Well, thank you. Love the fox tattoo. Well, thank you. I got it done by my friend named Bear, ironically. Yeah, there's my little fox. Okay. We are going to look now and see if there's any more orders. There's one more. Okay, cool. Cool. This is the last one we'll sign unless anyone goes in the last... Hold on, let me check my phone. Okay, got 2 more minutes. If anyone else buys a book within 2 minutes, we'll keep extending it. But
do you want to show the T-shirts on the live just since I have them?
Sure, yeah. We have a few. If you want to buy these T-shirts, they're available right now on my website. They're actually sorry, I'm going to unfold it.
Yeah.
They're actually all the cities we went to for the book tour. When you look at this like this,
it's a lot of fucking cities.
That's a lot of fucking cities. But look where we all were for the book tour. That's insane. 54 cities, or 52 cities rather, and 54 book signings or whatever. What is the book about? The book is called Safe and Sound: A Renter's Friendly Guide to Home Repair. It is about meeting people when it comes to home repair, and the book has about 78 how-tos, and you can find out more by going to my website right now. It's available wherever you buy books, but if you buy it on my website, you're able to get an autographed book, and you only have like 1 more minute left to do that. Otherwise, we're going to jump off the live. Thank you, Teresa, who bought a book, who lives in Wisconsin.
Sales tax.
Sales tax. Thank you, Teresa, for buying a book. That means the world to us. Here is your book. Thank you. I appreciate you. Perfect. Okay, cool. We're going to look one last time. And then we're going to get going on here. Yep, I think that's it. I don't think anyone else has jumped on. So, everyone, I want to say thank you so much for supporting the live, for being on here. It means the world to us. We will be back next week. We may do lives throughout the week. Who knows? But we'll be back for sure next week at the same time, about 11:30 Central Time. Right now, to give you guys some reference, it is 2:17 Central Time. So we've been on here for about 2.5 hours. Come hang out with us. We'll sign books, hang out, chat about things, and have a good old time. So I will see you all later. Take care, and until next time, you're worth the time it takes to learn a new skill. Bye.